I made some updates to my aquarium drip system. This week, I'll show you what I did and why. That's coming up. Hey everyone, Steve Poland here, and if you've seen my last few videos, you know that I've been hard at work in my basement fish room. And other than bringing in more tanks and building stands, the two biggest projects I've been working on are my central air system, which I showed you last week, and improvements to my continuous drip system. One of the first videos I ever made was an overview of my drip system. If you missed that, or if you're unfamiliar with a continuous drip system, the concept is pretty simple. It's just a steady drip of fresh water into your tanks, along with some type of overflow system to remove water at the same exact rate. It's like doing mini partial water changes all day, every day, and it not only helps the overall health of your aquarium, but it allows you to go longer in between your regular partial water changes. My old system has been working well for me, but I run all my water through a filter first to remove any trace amounts of chlorine, and as I've added additional tanks, I've had to split that line several times. I had reached a point where I had 5 separate T-fittings in place, and I was about to add more so that I could run lines to the 40 breeder tanks that I showed you a few weeks ago. Basically, it was getting ridiculous. I was also unhappy with the performance of the drip emitters I was using because they kept clogging up. So I decided it was time to improve the system a bit. The concept is somewhat similar to my central air system. I have a line of PVC pipe running from the water filter and around my fish room above each tank. The line from the water filter attaches to a push fitting, and then a PVC bushing, then a check valve. I then teed it off so that I can run a couple of lines upstairs to the tanks that are in my home office. I have several ball valves in place so that I can shut off a section when necessary without shutting off the entire system. I bought water valves from Jehmco that screw into the PVC. They sell a tap along with them that allows you to thread the pipe. The threading, along with Teflon tape, makes for a watertight seal. The outlets are 1/4 inch just like an airline, but instead of airline tubing I bought a 100-foot roll of water tubing that's intended for drip irrigation systems. It's a bit thicker than airline tubing, which will hopefully make it less likely to puncture accidentally. Because the water valves are adjustable, I no longer need to use the drip emitters to control the flow rate to each tank. Attaching the tubing to the tanks has always been a big concern of mine, because if it slips off, it will drip behind the tank until I happen to notice it. This could be a major problem. My latest solution are these inexpensive but sturdy clamps. They're the perfect size for gripping the rim of the tank without breaking it, and the drip lines fit in there and feel snug. I now have a system that I can easily expand if I add more tanks, as well as a much cleaner overall design. As always, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments, and if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe, because each week I bring you a new video sharing my experiences in the aquarium hobby. I give updates on my tanks, review products, show you DIY projects, and share tips and tricks to help you take your aquarium to the next level. Hit subscribe today to follow along. Have a good one.